Good morning, everybody. Hey, Saturday, December 20th. 5 days to Christmas. I'm back up here at the cabin, and I brought me up 20 gallons of water, or like 10 gallons of water. I left 7, 8 gallons up here the other day. Today is another fun-filled day of chinking, but I also got to get some other stuff done today. I got to sharpen up the blade on the old chainsaw, get her fired up, and cut some firewood. I'm out of firewood. So, I don't think I'm going to get cold today. It's a cool, crisp 30-something right now. But today is going to be 61. So, we're looking at getting a bunch more done. Hopefully, I got to finish off the backside there. I got a few little holes I got to take care of. Nothing huge. I just got to address them and take care of them. And finish off the last couple of logs that are down on the bottom, around the door, and then that one area right over there, if you can see it. And after I get that done, I'm going to go to this little portion of the wall right over here on the downhill side by the plastic over there. I'm going to take care of that. Then I'm going to switch gears and either start taking out the back wall, doing that, or get this front done. And I'd love to get this front done because there's part of it's done. And this is, between this and the back wall is what bleeds off all the warmth. So, if I get if I catch the rest of the back wall later, because there's not a lot to do on it, and just I'll move everything and start on this front wall, this one right here with the door. Take care of it, then do the back wall, and I can do this front tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be just as good as today. So I got a few days to do this, but I want to get as much dirt and mud done up as possible. It's going to take at least 3 buckets for this front, 3 or 4 buckets for the back, and then probably 4 or so for the front, and then just to tie it all together and get it all done. So I have still been digging out this bank. I've been tossing some of the rocks up there, and as you can see, I got some wood back here. I gotta cut that log right there to match for getting it in the back, which I'll do today. When I fire up the chainsaw, I'll cut that first and make a couple small logs out of it. I gotta pick up all these rocks, and we'll just kind of move them out of the way. All the littler rocks that are around here, all this stuff, I'm going to put in that milk crate and dump them off over here where I've been putting the rest of them. So I've been putting them down there, and then after I get done with a bunch of different stuff, get them all put down in here to where they're fairly easy to walk across now, but I'm going to put some more in here. I'll probably use these 2 rocks right here and cut a couple of steps in this little side right here. Cut a step, put that rock in there, cut another step, put that rock in there, and just fill this all up with little rock, like chut, yada, 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 and make it easy to walk up here. And then I have all these that came off the chimney that I'm not using anymore. I'm going to use the flatter rocks when I get this bank cut out right up here. around and kind of bury it all back up in here, bury this backside, I will put some rock steps going up there, and then in the front I'll put some rock steps. And then what I've got left over, I will, either what I've got left over or as I'm digging out, I'll lay some rocks in here so it doesn't get so muddy back in here. But I got to cut this off right around, somewhere right around in there. Cut that off, roll that up in there to make sure it all sits back in there. And then at some point in time, I am going to take the tarp, and I'll get up underneath here, staple it up as best I can up there towards the, push it up towards the front, staple it all up, then bring it out, staple it, push it up, staple, staple, staple all the way across. And then what I'll do is I'll take about, I don't know, maybe about half a foot, maybe a foot, cut it off, and then we'll go to the other side. That little overhang will keep the water and stuff off the logs, just in case I want to put another log row in here and make 2 rows of logs, which I may just do. And then we'll get it put all up in there and whatnot, where, you know, whatever. Take a little walk this morning. I want to check this lower corn pile, that upper corn pile, or the one down by the 4-wheeler. It was hit on last night. I just got done carrying that 10 gallons of water up, and I got to get some more of this sawdust in here. Oh yeah, they've been hitting this 10 ways from Sunday down here. It's more of a mess. More of a mess. Oh yeah, they've been kicking ass on this. In fact, there's a bear print, paw print. A lot of bear paw prints in here. That one definitely, for sure. One there. And the deer prints are over in there. So, yeah. And then as I'm going today, if I don't, I'm going to kind of split my time between cutting and splitting wood and chinking. Today's going to be an awesome day to chink because it's going to get warm enough. I'm not going to be freezing my hands off. But I've got all this wood down here to haul up. So I'll bring the saw down here and cut some of this wood up. And oh yeah, lots of bear prints right here. We've been coming up and down through here an awful lot. Yeah, come down here, and what I was talking about being dead logs, this one's been dead for a couple of years. This is part of this tree right here, plus that stump. And so I got 1, 2, 3, and one behind me. Those have been dead for a couple of years, but they haven't been laying on the ground. So they're not rotten on one side. They are completely, they're just dry. They're starting to get a little punky. No, actually they're not. But these will be the good logs right here when I split them up, the good wood, to put with that green wood to help it burn. And then I have all of this stuff here, all of this here. I'll cut these 12 footers in half, like that piece I wasn't going to use, and take these up. Take this stuff up. I'm going to take this log. It's been down for a while, but it was still alive at the end of the summer. So I'll go up there and cut it, and cut like 5-foot sections out of it. This, see how punky that is on the end of there? See how punky that is? Where it looks like it's rotten on it? that rot doesn't like to burn. But I've got a little bit of wood over there, little log, and all this to clear out. I got a log there I got to bring up. But all these logs that are down, I'm going to clean these up because I cut them down. There's one up there. There's probably another couple up here. And I'll get them down off the hill in the next few days. Get them down, split them or cut them up at 12 to 16 inches, and then split them up with an axe. Right? And then this log here has been down, but it's on a downhill slope. And I don't think I want to try and go down there and haul any of this stuff up. I'm just going to leave it down there. It's kind of like natural stuff. I don't want to move anything unnatural. This log here I may drag out of there. And the rest of this stuff could all lay down. I mean, I've got this log here, right here, to get out of there. This is the tree when I was sighting in my rifle, and I shot in half. I dropped this tree shooting, and there's my target. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is from the cabin over there, looking this way. And it was up here, and I shot that damn thing in half. I even shot one right here. So, but we'll take that back and cut it up. Pick up my trash. I don't like to leave trash around. Took down my big old full trash bag. I brought up the water. Took the trash bag down, brought up some more water. Now, these logs here, I have to split these into boards. If I can get my chainsaw sharp enough, I'll go ahead and cut these the next couple of days. This one and that one. I'll get this log out of the tree, which was part of that one. I'll cut it out of the tree, pop it over, and there's a couple other, there's some deader ones in there. There's a live one. There's a couple other ones up here. This tree right here I'll drag down. Bring it all up here for firewood. Firewood. Now I've got this one here. I think I was going to take from about here up, since it's a good 6 inches around. I wasn't too sure whether I was going to take that one or this one. That one, if I cut it right, I'll get all the boards out for the bed. This one here, I think I was going to get 2 or 3 boards out of this and make the table. And this one here, I think I was going to cut a wide board out and make a mantle out of that. So, and as you can see up here, all these leaning trees and stuff up here, and there's some that are laying down that are still kind of green. I'm gonna cut them leaner trees down. There's 1, 2, there's another dead one I got to cut down because it'll come down on the cabin. And there's some of this other stuff. We're just gonna start clearing some of this all off here. Anything I can get down here, firewood. Because I plan on being up here in the middle of winter, at least 2 to 3 times a week. I got nothing better to do. So we are going to get it happening. Maybe in the next few days. I was thinking about it, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to take all this slash that I was throwing up here. That's going to go on the roof. And I'm just going to let it sit there through next summer. The reason being is Next fall, it'll catch a bunch of leaves and really make this thing unseen. So, I'm back at the cabin. Yeah, I got to cut logs, wander around and get a bunch of kindling. I mean, a crap load of kindling. So, yeah, I've got my work cut out for me for the next couple, 4 or 5 days. So, anywho's and anyways, this be me. I was going to do some hunting this morning since it's squirrels are out and stuff. So, yesterday, nothing was out because yesterday it rained and it snowed a little bit. And so nothing was moving. Today, the birds are chirping. Everything's out, so I just made all my noise I'm going to make. So I may just go down there, and I've got some cans to open up for like crap that nobody eats, like garbanzo beans and stuff like that that's just was given to me and it's all going out of date. So I'm just making a pile of fruit and beans and all kinds of crap. Bears will love it. So yeah, that's the plan. And like I said, I still got wood over here. I hauled all that wood from over here, and there's still a ton. And if I get really hard up for wood, come this winter, I got this big old. This is that tree that fell down and went in the middle of the trail. The trail comes right up through here and around it and goes up. But that big old thing broke from that thing over there. If anybody remembers some of my videos from a while back. But yeah, this big old tree right here, that is a ton of wood. The only problem is cutting it and bringing it up here. I would have to, down there I could cut it and drag it up with the four-wheeler. All this big stuff, I would have to cut out 5-6 foot sections out of that and kind of split it, because the log is probably, I don't know, it's 4 foot around, and then the inside's hollow, but they're still 6-8 inches thick of wood with bark, and that's a birch anyways. No, that's an elm. That's an elm. And elms burn pretty fast. So, but yeah, like I said, down here, if you notice, there's a bunch of logs missing up through here. But yeah, we're gonna come over here and do a little bit of hunting, I think, and then we're gonna get in on this either chinking today, or I've got to cut and split a shit ton of logs for when it gets cold again. Tomorrow is going to be upwards of mid-50s to 60s, and I can get a lot of chinking done tomorrow. And so we're gonna figure it out. Chinking today, probably a little bit, but most of it's probably gonna be wood. Carrying wood and getting it cut and split. Put a bunch of it inside. See, now this is, remember when I said that big old wide piece, I wanted to put that board up here? See, it's up here, and I can push the mud up into this and get it. When you push it in, it'll wrap down and wrap up. That way when I take this off, the chinking won't fall in. And a lot of it will basically be chinked for the spring. But yeah, I got to get this all done. This little portion right in here ain't gonna be so bad. It's where it's real wide in through here. And yeah, we'll get this all put up. It's kind of wide right here, but I've got enough hanging down. it'll hold it. But yeah, this has been a lot of work. It has been a while. And see, when I push it through, then come this spring, what I'll do is I'll take that putty knife I got, cut it all straight, then I'll put some mud in here, and I'll make it look really nice on the outside. And then when I was mudding this up the other day, I mudded a lot of this. I didn't get all the way to the top, but I'm not worried about it till the spring. I wanted to get it mudded back there where it was getting on the log, right in here. Wanted to mud this all back here. Now I got a hole right here. I've got to just jam some mud back up in there. So, and then I got holes. That's a big hole and that's a big hole. I got some mud to jam in these holes. But mud it up. This came through the other side because it was a wide hole. And I'll just cut this off and then mud that the way I need to mud it. But this is where I was trying to push it into these holes. Right in here. So I've got a big hole back there I got to push some mud in. But we'll get that in the upcoming days. Whenever I get ready, I know it's going to be, the weather's going to be bad. I got a lot of this stuff to just fix up, just push mud into it. You know, all these little holes so it quits leaking. Yeah. Anyways, got a lot of work ahead of me. I think what I ought to do is just go ahead and sharpen up the chainsaw, gas and oil it up, open up this little door, start cutting wood. I bring the axe out with me, gas and oil, and start cutting and chopping wood. And after I get a bunch of it chopped and stuff, and it warms up a little bit more, I will go to digging this frozen dirt. This stuff is going to go away. 2 pieces of it's going to go on the front of my four-wheeler. And what that's for is you stand one up and then you put another one on there. So it stands probably, I don't know, 3 foot, 3.5 foot up off the four-wheeler. At least 2 foot or so, 2 or 3 foot. What you want to do is you put right in the middle of your cross members on the front. Tape it up or whatever you're going to do just to make it stand straight up. You put a second piece in there to where it goes up above your head. And in the summertime, when you're driving up here through the woods, it's called a web catcher. And it catches the spider webs. The spiders like to go between the trees, and when you're riding up through here, you get a big old spider web with a spider right in your face. So what that does is it'll catch that spider web before it hits you in the face. So. All right, now it's getting about that time. So I'm gonna put you all away in my pocket, and we'll grab up the rifle and sit around and be quiet. See if I can see that bear that walks. He walks right over in here, and then he comes up the hill. I don't know if I got here early enough or if he's going to come a little bit later. He comes either early in the morning, or he comes about, I don't know, about 10ish. So we're gonna see. So anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go. But that's the plan, Stan. That's what we want to do today, and we'll see how that goes. So, in honor of this auspicious occasion, see ya!